That'll do, that'll do. All right, Jim, that's enough. In a world full of architectural photography, systematic recording of American early buildings and gardens, this summer, find out what critics are calling an edge-of-your-seat thriller from the makers of a Historic American Building Survey and Historic American Engineering Record. This summer, a whole new way of looking at vernacular and high-style structures, vivid portraits of the interiors and exteriors of houses, mills, and churches, mansions, plantations, and outbuildings. A survey, privately funded, to document the old world. Come find out right now just exactly what you're doing. The Carnegie Survey of the American South, rated R. For a really cool looking staircase. Here's the deal. This one is low on information, high on pictures, which means if you read between the lines, that's going to be high on reckless speculation and casual observation, low on actual facts and pertinent information. All right? You work with what you got. There is some crossover with some of these properties in the Historic American Building Survey, so we might see some repeats eventually in life, but this one is a different sort of record. And there's a lot of things that are not on the building survey that you do find on here, which is why, as we collect data points in our search for truth, or some semblance of truth, we find ourselves here. I'm your host, WhisperJack, ever grateful for your time, appreciative of your efforts, and ever vigilant for our cause. Together. And now, that'll have to serve for a drum roll. Here we go. This is the Holiday Carry Home, built and owned by Matthew Turner. Good condition, 2-story, with a basement and a frame, we're told, building about 1852. This is the rest of the spiral staircase. From the other side, there's the piano that someone used to play once a long time ago. There is the entrance to the staircase on the second floor. Very intriguing way they put it in the middle of the house like that. No telling what's behind these panels. No doubt it's something sordid. And just like that, we've moved on. You see how quickly this one goes. If only I could be as quick. But nair, I'm nart. This is the Turner-Dixon house. It doesn't look like a house to me. But it is, we're told. Iron balcony over front, round fluted columns on 3 sides. And that's really all we know about it, other than it was allegedly constructed in 1830. Quite the gorgeous old world looker, though, if you really ask me. And this is the Tyson house in Lowndes County, Alabama. I should have mentioned that. They were in Alabama right now. Building 1830 here. Not much to know about this, of course, because it's, it's part of this informationless survey. But these pictures are wowzers. And who knew Alabama had such old world splendor? I certainly didn't, but this has been the surpriser, the sleeper hit surpriser of the states, we'll call it. Alabama. You people from Alabama, you've been holding out on me. You knew this whole dang time. This is just different views of the Tyson house, possibly so that you can see the rather dubious brick foundation, or possibly because, it's just really impressive. Building. In the interior, we have an amazing ancient old phone, where E.T. apparently called home. I mean, he probably couldn't figure out how to use that damn thing either. What do you mean we've got to use 2 hands, governor? Take me to a modern home, damn it. You can call a landline, though, from here to your home planet, E.T. Richard Nixon did it, and he used a rotary dial. Here's one with a little more upkeep. The Cartwright House in Tuskegee, Alabama, 1830, we're told it was built, and quite the looker. Quite the stunning old southern home here. Looks like there might be some sort of basement level. Looks like. Can't be certain though, with no info. We resort to reckless speculation. Look at these ionic columns. Just look at them, giving a little torus shape there, telling us everything we need to know about them zero buildings. Following the flow, following the flow. Oops, wrong way arrow, wrong way arrow. Beep, 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 beep. And out, and out, and out, and there it is. The secret to everything. Yay! Thanks, angels. I'll be sure to tell everyone, but don't listen to me. Probably because I lack conviction, because I don't know if I'm right. There's that. I'm not going to worry about those details. Matter of fact, this is a different type of survey. We're not going to worry about no details. This is the Cobb house. No telling if it's from the maker of the delicious salad. Built by someone named Daniel. Just Daniel. J-A-S period Daniel. I've never heard of that prefix. Maybe it's some new pronoun type thing, Well, I'm not playing along with that. 1855, it was built. Beautiful it is. On we are moving. There you go. This one's also in Tuskegee, Alabama. Here's a different view of that one. Looked the same to me. And this here is the office of Judge W.H. Hurt. That is correct. That is what I'm told, anyways, was correct. I'm sorry, this one, although they look similar, they're not. This Cobb house, okay, I drew all over it, remember, so long ago. This one, the judge, just want to be clear, okay? This is the judge house, Judge W.H. Hurt. And this is his office. You can tell by the blinds. And I'm not sure what this little hexagon's got to do with the rest of the property, but this is what the judge chose to work. Hexagons are the bestagons, he was known for saying, probably. Lovely trim on this one here. Up top, the little rosettes or what have you. Actually look like little iron crosses, but no. Oh my, I'm not some symbol master. Actually, look at this railing in this balcony. It's those liras or whatever they are, or the little auto harp shape, but actually also electricity, you know, so does this like a circuit or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Put the image up, Billy. Show 'em what I'm talking about. I'm Billy. I forgot to announce Billy is taking the place of Jimmy right now. He's equally as incompetent and inept. Aren't you, Bill? Well, either way, you know, we're gonna get through this together, one way or another. This is the G.C. Thompson house. No, it's not. This is the G.C. Thompson house. Oh, wait. This one. G.C. Thompson house. With the shapes that we talked about. I like. And you didn't make any comments, so I don't know if you like them or not. Maybe. My guess would be yes. These houses are really dope. And who knew Alabama had all these row after just these gorgeous old world whatever palaces here with the columns out front. What do they think's going on here? Was this entire neighborhood full of power plants, or this just an homage to a style that's faded away? None can be sure at this time, but be sure these are data points we're adding to the collection. And this one's in Tuskegee, built in 1854. There's a related name, E.R. Alexander, but no one knows how it's related. So there. So be related, Mr. Alexander, for all we can tell or care. You got a lovely home, though, and I'm jealous. There's trees and vines growing like right inside of it. Better watch out, bro. These trees are not your friend. Trust me. They will beat your ass in slow motion, if you allow it. And I'm kind of on their team, you know? I don't know what kind of guy you are. Trees never did me no wrong. Matter of fact, we got a mutual relationship. I give them some oxygens, they gives me carbon dioxide. You know, that's something that's never really touched on with these Green New Deal people that want us wiped off the face of the earth. Like, save the trees, kill all the people. I'm pretty sure it's a mutual relationship, right? I mean, without all the millions and billions of people, wouldn't the trees be starved for carbon dioxide, which they need to grow and live? So we kind of need each other. So I say, make babies for the trees. Just like we want the trees to make babies. You hear that, trees? Make babies, not war. This is the early dwelling, we're told. This is Montgomery County, Alabama, and that's it. That's what we know. That's what we know. We know that the foundation looks suspicious. That's what we know. That's what we can tell. This is that same early dwelling. What a cool home. Just look at these cornices. Just look at them. This one, a little set down the street. This is common. You know, often see this in certain neighborhoods out east. The home's sort of up on this hill here, and you have to wonder, since this is a brick road, if this was all dug out and the brick is the same as the age as this stuff here, or does this go down? I mean, look at this, a basement window, so you know it goes down at least another, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 feet. So yeah, chances are that probably, you can't say for certain, but, and this gate also has that same little shape here. I don't think I've seen that in gates anywhere else. That is rather interesting. The house itself is known as the Bibb Graves house, and it was built in 1850, they think. And really, these were all just photographed quickly by these photographers. Apparently this one while they're just driving by. And with a quick jaunt of the name down, maybe the address, you know, a couple little things about it, and that's it. That's all you get. I mean, I'm sure someone edited and went through them, but still, this survey is quick moving. And this here is the Murphy house. And just look at that friggin' ceiling rosette and this amazing chandelier. What a cool little couch. Yeah, they made good stuff then. I mean, their artwork on the walls leaves a little bit to be desired, but everything else is great. Fireplace, strange ornate mirrors, crown molding, this velvety looking guy. A little mismatched, huh? You guys steal these or what? That's none of my business, Mr. Murphy. You have a good day now. Bop, bop. And that house was from 1851, and actually, I forgot to mention it was the I'm sorry. That's this one. This next one. This here was the Confederate capital during the Civil War. Yep. And this is in Montgomery, Alabama as well. Just look at them columns. Beautiful. Call them what you want to. You get what I'm saying? Tough crowd. Ugh. Make sure that downstairs, the only thing there is a telephone booth and a mailbox or two. I'm going on break. Here between this gauntlet of dangerous hedges, should you be brave enough and bold enough to walk the gauntlet, make your way to the front door, and knock or give a nice ring, you'll find yourself at the Isbell House in Talladega County. You thought I was going to say the same thing twice. It was built by Major James Isbell, or Isbell. It's now used as a funeral home. So, good job knocking on a funeral door and disturbing the dead people. Way to go, Buster. She never listened to strangers, and you don't know me that well. This is the Lawler House, Talladega County, Alabama. Built in 1840, also known as the Whitney Estate. Built by General Lee W. Lawler. Old kitchen, carriage house, and milk house remain intact. They did add a porch in 1912, which I added, simply because it was part of the information that we got. That's it. And there she is. Golly, look at that house. What a stunner. Just pure. Something about this one is just more handsome than the rest. Do you hear that, handsome? Talking to you. Ionic columns and just fantastic. I don't even know what to think about that. It can be kind of tingly. So nice looking. I wonder how far your windows go. Down below the ground. That's faux show. And then we jump to this sort of a replica, you know. I mean, it tried. Square columns just never are as cool. And this is the Masonic. Wait a second. Wait. That last one was the Masonic Female Institute. Oh, so this one is the Masonic Female Institute from 1850. 3.5 story, it says. It was then later on it became the State for the Deaf and Blind. School for the Deaf and Blind, I'm sorry. Make blind people walk up these stairs, huh? Sorry. This is an outrage you would give it to those Masonic Satanist freaks. I can't even look at that building now. A few minutes ago, I really liked it. This is Thornhill, we're told. And there's no given date. And there's nothing about this square columned, sort of teetering looking, wondrous old wooden building. I think it looks wood. I don't know unless I go touch it, you know, unless I feel it. Thornhill, we barely knew ye. But then you let us inside and we had to compliment your staircase just because it's the only thing that we saw. We ran out the back door because we were terrified of you, and you started taking your clothes off, you know. It turns out you just are like that, because then you passed out listening to Luther Vandross. And that may or may not have actually happened in my life. But we're going to move on, because this is the B.W. Cunningham House, built by Armstead Barton, and we are in Cherokee, Colbert County, Alabama. Yes, sir. And what a strange, cool house. Blocks, but there's clearly something down there. I can see through the little windows there you got there. This guy's like, hey, dude, you got a doobie, bro? Sorry, dude, not on me. Aw. Yeah, it's a bummer for sure. For someone. I mean, not for me. I guess for me too, but I wasn't thinking about it. Ask this other guy. Hey. Later, dudes. Bye. You have fun now. Bye. Okay. Damn it. Did I go backwards? Clothes go back on. Luther Vandross gets turned back off. I go back at the front door, walking backwards, and I find myself at a completely different property. That was weird, America. Times is hard, and times is weird. This is the doorway that leads inside the 1848 Cunningham plantation that we already were inside of and talked about. Yeah, I think I'm going to this one. No, this is the James Jackson House, also known as the Forks. The Forks is our name, even Maine. You know what I'm saying? I'll be here all week, folks. Don't forget to tip your bartender. This building indicates it was built in 1818. Related name Hugh Scott. It's an old smokehouse. I'm sorry, there's an old smokehouse on the property. And a servant's house, and it was built by James Jackson. It's quite impressive. Really is. Didn't know Alabama was just drowning in these columns here. Wraparound porches and... very cool. Look at that. Make the door look tiny. That's what those columns do. Jim Jackson. Where'd you learn how to build a house like this? Hey, there's these little guys. We haven't seen these in a while. Sorry, everybody doesn't seem to have anything cool to comment on. Oh, the mantel's nice. Is that milk glass? Ooh, boy, you gonna be in trouble, boo. Lambeth House. That's what this one is named. And, it was built, in, well, stalling for time here. Billy, are you gonna fucking look it up or what? Okay, yeah, 1818. Thanks, Bill. Mrs. Vernice, like the female version of Vern, I guess. Lambeth. It's a low 1.5 story masonry and frame building. And that is all that we're given before we move on to the Campbell House. And just look at that strange old foundation. This bad boy has got to be old, if that's what's going on down there, and it clearly is. Also looking like it was built on top of a prior structure, but that's just my untrained eye poking that, pointing that out. Might not be anything. 1838 is, we're told, the construction date. I don't see any reason to doubt some of these dates, but some of them look quite old, and this was took place in the 50s, I guess. So, and these pictures were taken in the 50s. the Campbell House, the Cortland, in Cortland, and it's full of funky things. This is the General Joe Wheeler House and the Cabin Wheeler Station. I'm sorry, Joe Wheeler House and Cabin in Wheeler Station in Lawrence County in Alabama in the United States of America in this realm. 1818 is the date of construction, and Colonel Joseph Wheeler and his wife Miss Annie. How can she be a miss if they're married? It's a dog run quarters. Whatever that means. Yep, and these houses look like they're connected by this wooden sidewalk. Yep, I'm good. I'm good, dude. I'm a pro at observation. You could be too. This bad boy here, Freeman Good Mansion. Little place called Town Creek. Never heard of it. Building 1821. Related name is Mrs. Something Skeggs. We're told it's a 2-story house with a brick basement. Oh, this one I meant. And that's all we're told. This one looks a little busted. You know, I had thought some of these columns were actually wooden. Or plaster, I guess, or like concrete. But look, it turns out that they're actually brick. At least this one is. What do you think of that? I think everything in the damn world is made of brick. What it's starting to look like anyway. Hell, this bad boy looks like it's been breached. Maybe there's some of those California guys, those urban campers that are just hanging out inside there. Maybe they're the first urban campers. I don't know. Whoa. Miss Annie Wheeler, it's safe to say, has been gone for a long time. Well, actually, Annie Wheeler had nothing to do with this place. But still, what a tragedy. How could you walk away from such a amazing house? Good God. Unless, of course, you know, some bastards came and chased you away from it. Friggin' Yankees, I'm looking at you. Yankee bankers. Now, this one, alleged to be built by someone named Reverend Turner Saunders. Even on the inside here, you got, when the plaster fades away, the brick shows through. Unbelievable. Every realm and everywhere ever. See, these are quite different from the other surveys. They sort of fly through it because there's nothing about it, but the diversity or the number of homes is quite staggering. Attention to details is different too, as you'll see. This one was built in 1826 by someone named Bradley Bibb. I guess he's the second governor of Alabama. Mr. Governor Bibb to you, bud. And it was apparently occupied by federal troops during the war. And it's apparently alleged that they put their frickin' muddy boots on the couch. Those disrespectful a-holes. Then they whitewashed the history afterwards and made us look like the bad guys, and like, we put our boots on their couch. Can you believe it? What demons? These bitchmen from Bitchmond. This is the J. Greer and the Mary Mason house, built by Robert Beatty. Was intended for a school, but used as a residence instead. And the Beatty family, even though they, I don't know, I guess they still live here. They're descendants, allegedly. At least they did 70 years ago when this survey was taken. Because that's what I bring you, right? The hottest 75-year-old news. So, you know, you got to deal with that. Doesn't look like anyone lives there, though, really. Oh, this is still Governor Thomas Bibb house. What the heck? What's going on here? There's Governor Bibb's secret garden and Governor Bibb's gondola, I guess. I don't know. What the F is this? The caption of this is First National Bank, Court Square and Foundation? I mean, the hell is this? Foundation is a cave with water in it? I don't even know what they're talking about. Because that's it. That's the one picture. The First National Bank in Huntsville. It's the one picture. How weird is that? Then we move on to Pope Spraggins' house. There's a name that no one wants. Pope Spraggins, built in 1834. Take the house, though. What a looker. This is in Madison County, Alabama. Like all these so far. What a beautiful home. And look at that. More of these solid brick columns. That is so cool. Learning curve on making something like that's got to be ridiculous. How many people are out here laying bricks all over this town? And this is the Wade House in Huntsville, Madison County, Alabama, built by R.B. Wade. No date of anything ever about it, and clearly abandoned. Look, he's got a few more little columns in there. What a crazy looking place. And here we have something that looks slightly more modern, and it's called dwelling, a Virginia type dwelling, though we're in Alabama, also known as the Dancy Poke House, from Colonel Francis Dancy, not because that's what they used to do here. Same with the Bouncy House. Colonel Bouncy actually built it. It has nothing to do with the verbs that you do while you're inside of it. Okay, tell your kids that. Ruin their fun. Hines McIntyre House. Hines McIntyre House. Okay. 1832, we're told. Built by Burleson. 2-story brick masonry. Chair, door, stair, mirror. Sorry, here, where you see clear. Now we go to the Old State Bank building. Maybe that's what that foundation was all about. This is in Decatur, Alabama, and built in 1830 and used as a municipal center and a museum at the time of this writing, which was 1953. The old State Bank building, that's right. Quite the old school wonder, just like I used to sing, these banks, because they are part of the old little toroidal field here in the cast iron. That couldn't be for anything, could it? No, no, no. Of course not. Just a coincidence, boy. You're right. Glencairn, Greensboro. That's where we're headed here. Next here. I mean, we're here now. Next. 1831, built by Cadwallader Irwin. Cadwallader? I don't know. Built by Colonel John Irwin and owned by the Irwin family ever since. So you get the fuck off their back 40 and their front 40. Look at that guy. Cool gingerbread trim. Awesome shutters too. Really cool the way they keep it uniform around here, you know. The city's gonna be pleased with you for maintaining the cultural integrity. That's just what I think. I'd vote for you. This is the Knight House with a K, Knight. 1840 Gothic Revival home. Now, these houses clearly can be moved. These ones, and it's obvious how. Giant forklift, that's how. They're called the Gale Lock House, or house is now demolished. I'd say they're pretty demolished even in these pictures, but, you know. Back to another wraparound porch stunner. Magnolia Grove in Greensboro, also known as the Richard Pearson Hobson home. 1830, built by Colonel Isaac Croom. How many fucking colonels are there in this town? By this town, I mean Greensboro in Hale County, Alabama. More Magnolia Grove. The backside of her looking a little busted, especially here and here. Pay no attention to that. Come out here from it's nice. Leave those skeletons in that closet, sir. We beg of you. I don't think I will. I say out with the skeletons. They need sunshine too. J.W. Ott's house. 1840, built by D.F. McCrary, who owned it once. Just once. Owned it just one time, like for just a minute. Let me hold it, please. I built it. Okay, fine. Now that's enough. Get out of here. It's mine now. Go build something new, Mr. McDurphy. This belongs to J.W. Otts. This here is the Pickens house. His first name was probably Slim. Built in 1835. What a gorgeous looker. This is the Alfred Battle House. It's also known as the Students' Masonic Building. Oh, I see. Students' Masonic Building, the Women's Masonic Building. How many different types of lines and groups do you need to put these Masons in, Mr. Alabama? You seem a little deep state friendly. Whoa. Look at that cast iron. That is striking. This is the W.M. Battle or the De Graffenred House in Tuscaloosa. This was demolished in 1962. 8 years after this picture was taken. Why would you ever do that? How would you guys do with the trim when you did that? I don't even want to know, dude. It's messed up. Can't even look at you monsters anymore. This is the Deering House, also in Tuscaloosa. We're told that the interior is ornate. We don't get to see it though, because we're moving on to this burnt out church thing. No, it's the Drish House. Built in 1825 by someone named Charles Turner. Mr. John Drish was the builder and the owner. What? Built with slave labor. How the hell would they know? It was a plantation. Then it became a public school. Now it's standing there, all alone like the fool, on the hill looking around, but his foundation's brown, and it probably extends several feet into the ground. Goodbye, Drish House. Too bad you can run away with a spoon. This here is Duffy's Tavern, and built in 1836. Mr. Matthew Duffy was the early tavern keeper in Tuscaloosa, in Alabama, in the United States, in the earth. This is Eden's house, built in 1840. No other real information except for Tuscaloosa again in Alabama. And yeah, I wish I knew more about some of these, but it's kind of fun just to fly through them anyway and see all these different types of properties out here. This is also Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 1844. We're told, built by some guy from John Glasscock from Virginia, which no snickering, kids. This is the Gorgas house, or the Gorgeous. Well, it is gorgeous, but the family name is Gorgas. From 1888, something about the office of the university was here. The post office of the university was here on the first floor. And after 1865, it was used as the home of college officials. No idea who built it or who made it and for what and for when did they move out of it. Just the college moving in. And the website that I'm deriving the information from, not the photographs, but the information, apparently has crashed. So we'll pick it up another time. I'll see you soon.